You can probably tell I'm like pretty shitty at maintaining bikes. I just like riding them and building them. So,
Welcome to episode 4 of Where I Bike. Where I Bike is a weekly series where I travel around meeting bike people and visiting bike shops all over the country. The aim of Where I Bike is to learn more about where they do these things, how they do these things, and why. This week we head back to Bristol to meet Noah and to check out his insane bike collection. Noah works as a consultant for cycling brands and bicycle manufacturers. He helps them from everything from developing products all the way to running the business. Naturally, being someone this close in the cycling industry, he's collected quite a few cool bikes along the way. So I was very keen to get into his garage and have a little nosy round. So let's head back to Bristol and meet Noah.
hey, I'm Noah from Cursive Cycling, and today I'm going to show you around my garage.
Oh my goodness, it's like Aladdin's cave.
It's sick, isn't it? It's a bit of a mess, but what can you do? Right, so what have I got? So I've got, like, if we go along here, I've got like Temple road bike, which I developed whilst I was working at Temple Cycles, Seren single speed 29er, Serotta Club Special, Starling Murmur, TJD BMX, Sour Pasta Party, Sturdy Cycles TT bike. What's up here? I like Tokyo fixed single speed cyclocross bike, August bicycles, gravel bike, Rutarski road bike. That was my first ever custom bike. This is a Columbus Max custom track bike, another August, Rally Dynatech Titanium 26er.
Can we have a look at that one? Is that easy? Is that possible?
Yeah, they're all possible to get out.
Yeah, let's start with that one.
Well, basically this Titanium Rally is just something that I've looked at these for like years, and I've always wanted one. And this came locally, so I just sort of like had to grab it. It's basically just like bone stock from like when it was eventually bought. Apart from the tyres, everything else is just like as it was when it came out of the factory. So it's got this really cool, called it an ugly fork, which they did as a bit of a take on some of the stuff with Chaz Roberts or something like that. But yeah, all SLX, all just like super clean. Yeah, just love it. Fantastic. It's such like a stupid machine.
It's the fade on here as well.
Yeah.
Like...
It's such a shame. They all do this. They all chip on the top tubes, but like...
So nice still, isn't it?
Go
ahead.
Loads of stuff is like custom-y. Yeah, watch your head. Rowan Frameworks, he only made like a few bikes. This was one of them. And it won like best paint finish at Bespoked, but it's like White Industries throughout. I think this was one of the very first White Industries headsets that was ever like produced. It was like when they first launched it, and they gave it to a load of people on show bikes.
The bar as well,
so this was like, it's all handmade, so the bar's handmade. It's got brass end caps in here. The basket he made as well. So it's like a metal rack with like brass turned pillars and
so sick.
all that kind of stuff on there. Got the, what are they called? Yokozuna jet lubed cables. It's like everything was thought about when this bike was put together.
It's so sick.
So my name's Noah, and I run a company called Cursive Cycling, and I work as a consultant to brands in the bike industry, trying to help them to, I guess, define what they do and do what they do a bit better.
Do you think your background in cycling gives you a different perspective than traditional marketing business consultants?
Yeah, I think so, because I think like it's been kind of proven, hasn't it? Like when you see all of these people who try and come into the bike industry and just kind of like fail at it miserably, it's this really super weird industry, because people who are like build the best bike aren't necessarily the ones who are gonna sell the most bikes, because there's like a passion and there's like a desire element to it, which is kind of unquantifiable. So it's like you do need a bit of sort of specialist knowledge coming through, I think.
From your experience, was the biggest mistake bike brands make to try and stand out?
Try and do too much. Like they get known for something, and then they just try and do more things to try and keep themselves interesting or relevant, when actually they do a better job to just tell more people about the one thing they do really, really, really well. And I see that everywhere. What else is in here? This Feraroli. I don't know if you've ever come across Feraroli mountain bikes.
I haven't seen any mountain bikes, no.
So they were famous in like the late 80s and early 90s for making mountain bikes.
Yeah.
And they're a Swiss company, and they only made silver brazed mountain bikes. And then there's a website, this some like super fans like dedicated to this brand. And there's like in this website, he's like, oh yeah, there's also like talk that they made track bikes, but I can't find any information about them. Oh. But I've got one of their track bikes.
Oh, sick.
So it's like super, super rare, made by this company that did really high-end mountain bikes, but only for a real short period in Switzerland in the 90s and maybe early 2000s.
Yeah.
Let's pull some stuff out, I guess.
Yeah, I want to see this.
Which one?
This, the Starling.
The Starling, yeah. So Starling are a client of mine that I've worked with for, like, pretty much they were my first client doing consultancy work. This is a Murmur, so it's 135 travel rear, 150 travel front. It's got one of their real cool Philip Ray's stems on it, high-rise bars, sort of just set up as a bit of a local woods bike. You can probably tell I'm like pretty shitty at maintaining bikes. I just like riding them and building them. So yeah, it's always, everything's a bit of a mess, but like, yeah, I love it. It's just so much bike, and it's just like so usable.
I love the colourway on it as well.
Yeah, so that's kind of a funny thing. It's like, it sort of started out as a bit of a hodgepodge. There was like this front triangles around, and then this rear triangles around, and then I colour matched the stem into the rear triangle to try and make it into something. But yeah, it's quite good. Not quite finished yet, but you know, it's always nice to have a bit of a rolling project. It's nice to have a bike you can ride.
Yeah, yeah.
Really cool, like deep custom track bike. So.
Oh, look at this.
So this is custom track frame. It's Columbus Max tubing, Philip brazed, just clear coated over the top. The idea was that this would start rusting through, which obviously it has. So the frame was made by a frame builder called Rotarski, who's based in Poland. And it was like, I got it quite a while ago now, but then I basically just been like building it up ever since. So I got this stem from August Bicycles just to like match in. And at the same time, or maybe just afterwards, they did me this custom like tapered spacer here to taper it into the into the headset.
Yeah.
In terms of like drivetrain stuff, it's all Dura-Ace, but Dura-Ace track stuff only comes in silver. So got the hubs and the cranks custom anodized black, and then the hubs were laced these carbon rims, and it's got one of these ARN chainring jobs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love it. So this bike's got to be, I don't know, maybe 12 years old, something like that. It came out it was around the time that the Columbus, what's it called, the Chinelli Mash came out, the Mash work, and I was able to like speak to Rotarski at the time, and those Mash frames, although they look lush, they were like so expensive for what you got. So I was able to get this built for like a similar kind of price, and I'm so glad I did, because it's just like been one of those like perennials. It's just been, you know, updated and updated a million times in my collection. And yeah, I love it.
Are there trends you see coming in the industry that brands are not ready for?
Yeah, like certainly at the scale of the industry that that I work at, when you know the people I specialise in doing, you know, up to maybe 1,000 units a year, like none of these people are ready to deal with e-bikes. Like they just, and that's something that's quite old now. It's like there just isn't a way. If you're like a low volume steel manufacturer, it is just really hard to try and do that kind of thing.
It's really, I never in a million years thought that's what you're going to say.
Oh really?
I don't know what I thought you were going to say, but I never thought e-bike. It's just, but you're right. You're 100% right.
Yeah, like no one's ready for it, basically.
How do you do that? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really interesting. Do you ever have to tell a brand something they really don't want to hear, and how do they handle it?
Yeah, like most of the time, it's about how clever you can be about telling them it and hoping that they come to the realization themselves. But you know, it is always really difficult. You know, there's some common threads in terms of what you end up saying to people when you start speaking to them. You know, one of them might be, you know, you sell 10 bikes, you need to choose 3 of them, you know, and trying to distill that down to that and actually just get people to understand exactly what it is that people like them for.
What's the most rewarding moment you've had in your role?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Good. I'm glad I got one that's tough.
What's the most rewarding moment? It takes a bit of a preamble, this, but when I started working at Starling, we had this whole thing that we were going to stop selling a load of bikes or stop making them available on the website and then introduce them again as rare products. So every now and again this bike would become available. It would only be available for a short amount of time, and then we would close the order books and that would it. You wouldn't be able to order it. And obviously, like, it's kind of risky, that, because saying to everybody all of a sudden the thing you want to have, you can't have it just when you want it, we'll tell you when you can have it, was like a big risk. But when the first couple of batches of those rare bikes went out and people bought them, that was like super rewarding. So it's like, okay, like we've come up with an idea and it's worked and it's resulted in like a noticeable difference to selling bikes. One of my kind of like regular pub bikes, I guess.
Yeah.
Tokyo Fixed were around like peak fixie times, and they're like real cool shop, turned into Kanoko Cycles, which then folded in about 2015. And this frame is just, I picked it up real cheap on eBay. It was like 50 quid or something like that. And then I've just been like kind of like building it and evolving it as time's gone on. And it's ended up like super trick. So it's got like a Philwood wheel set on there on HSR TB14s, real nice Ferrari orange front rack, Nitto finishing kit, Simworks bars. It's got the Chris King's special edition cambium. But it's just one of those bikes. It's just so useful. It sort of just works. It's a kind of bike that works for whatever you want to go and do on it. So just an easy one to pull out of the garage. You don't mind locking it up. So it's a nice one.
I just love how like smooth that is.
Yeah.
Finishing on the frame, it's unreal.
Yeah, so I think it's a Philip braised frame, and it's like the frame's actually like super techy. So it's like Philip braised. It's got like a bi-laminate section here. It's got this real cool canty hanger. And everything about it's just real nice. I mean, there's a few like impracticalities on it which are kind of annoying. Like it's got mudguard mounts, and it's supposed to clear, it's called a Dream Machine Cargo, the frame. It's supposed to clear a 40mm tyre, and it's got 32s on it right now. It's like, that's it.
Yeah.
There's no mudguard or anything going in it. So, but it just works. Essence of bike.
If you could whisper one piece of advice in every bike company founder, what would it be?
If I could whisper one piece of advice, maybe it's like a bit controversial, but like people are buying your bikes because they want them, not because you made it. Like it's a really like tough thing for people to hear, especially when you're making bikes with your hands. But like, yeah, there's a lot of you that goes into that product, but people who buy bikes because they want them. They're not buying it because you made it really well.
Quick fire ones. Steel, aluminium, carbon or titanium, which would you build your dream bike from?
Steel, every time. Of my bikes, I've got like, I think majority of them are I've got like one titanium, one aluminium, one carbon bike, and the rest steel. I just think it is the best material for anything, for mountain bikes, for gravel bikes, for road bikes. If you want, depending on what your definition of performance is, if you want a bike that just feels great, then it's got to be a steel bike.
Easy. What's the most ridiculous product or idea a brand has ever brought to you?
I don't know if I can actually. What can I say without somebody getting really annoyed at me? I don't actually know if I can answer that, because it's like, actually there's people who are like live new clients who I can't. But there's a couple of things out there which you just have to kind of go, yeah, all right, yeah. let's see how that stacks up on the financials.
I actually quite like that.
Yeah.
Last one. Which bike company, past or present, would you love to consult for?
What company would I love to work for? God, that's a really good question as well. With like a few of my other clients, I work quite closely around Pashley, and Pashley and Molten bikes are like part of the same group. And like if I was like boiling down like what my passion is about, like working with those things, there is like a real strong like UK manufacturer and trying to do things yourself that I really, really like. And they are kind of the kings of it. You know, they do a really, really good job of what they do. They make all their frames and stuff in-house, all their paintings in-house, all their assemblies in-house. And they work really hard to keep doing that, and have done for a really, really long time. So yeah, like, I guess I'd love to be in and around Pashley a bit more, because they are really trying to do something that's really, really interesting within the industry.
And there we have it. A massive thank you for Noah for letting us hang out in your garage, check out all your bikes. It was really, really cool, and you might notice from Noah's voice, he was a little bit under the weather, so I really do appreciate you still letting me come over and checking it out. Another extra special thank you to Noah. Noah is actually one of the people that put me in contact with a lot of the people in this series. So without him, it would have been a little bit tricky to kind of get as many episodes as I did done when I did, so thank you for that, Noah. So if you're new to this series from this video, hello and welcome. This is episode 4 of 7, and next week's video is actually the first episode that I recorded in this series, but because of the way I edited it, it's now next week's video, and it's with Ryan from Ryan Builds Wheels.
My name's Ryan, I build wheels, and welcome to my workshop. Let's go in.
So if you need to catch up on any of these episodes, or if this is in the future and you're now watching them again, there is a playlist so you can go through and watch all of them in order. But if you are new to the channel for these videos, hello and welcome. We make lots of different bike related content, including some builds that I'm working on at the moment. The last video was a few days ago, and it did particularly well. Everybody was very excited about it because I have 2 bikes I've mocked up. They're both GTs and they're both awesome, so go and check that out if you haven't seen it. But if you want to keep up to date with everything we do here, the best thing to do is actually subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free and it helps me out a bunch, and if you can't wait until the next one, that one there is a particularly good one.